for Teacher in Action. Do you need the podium? Do you need the podium? Okay. Thank you, Johnnie Parrish.
The class today, you remember what's taken place within the past few weeks? You remember about, let's see, it was last week. Remember we started studying about, in science class, evolution. Remember that? And Sarah back there read something about evolution that we designed, and all mankind come from the, what did they say? The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, but you know what? I told them, you know what I told them? You remember class what I told them? I said, yes, that's what this text says. But the world's oldest history book says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And a bright young fellow back there, Sam, he said, Miss Parrish, you mean the Bible? I said, class, what did I say? You said the world's oldest history book. All right, let's leave it there. Now, class, I'm going to read you a poem today. You remember we studied in literature about James Whitfield Raleigh? James Whitcomb Raleigh. I'll get it right after all. James Whitcomb Raleigh. And you remember what one of his famous poems way back there, and he died in 1800 and something. So you know this is a day or two old. But I'm going to read it to you. And the title of it is The Passing of the Back House. Now a lot of you younger people, I know you don't realize what the back house was, or the outhouse was. Listen, I'm going to quote a few verses here, right? We're going to be singing a song or two in a minute. Memories keep me company and move the smile of tears. The weather-beaten object looms through the years, mist of years. Behind the barn, a house had stood about a half mile or more. Man, that's a long time ago. Hurried feet. A path was made straight to its swinging door. Its architecture was a type of simple classic art. But in the tragedy of life, it played a leading part. It really did. And off the passing traveler drove slowly and heaved a sigh to see the modest-haired girl slip out where the glances shine. We had our posy garden that the women loved so well. I loved it too, but better still, I loved the stronger smell. Oh boy, that filled the evening breeze so full of homely cheer, and told the night or taking the tramp that human life was near. On lazy August afternoons, he made a little bower, delightful where thy grandsire sat, and whiled away an hour. For those summer mornings, his very cares entwined, and berry bushes spreading the springing soil behind. Oh, you want me to sing that song? Remember that night I sang to the class before about my Ford song? Yeah, you know what Ford stands for? F-O-R-D. Let's see, fix or repair daily? No, that's not it. I've got a Ford and it's a dandy. It will give you shocks and thrills. It will take you down the valley if you push it up the hill. Okay, class, thanks us not. Now get back to the poem. James Whitcomb Raleigh, can you imagine? Over 150 years ago, he wrote this poem. Listen. All day, fat spiders spun their webs to catch the buzzing flies that flitted to and from the house where Ma was baking pies. And once a swarm of hornets bold had built their palace there. Ooh, it stung my unsuspecting aunt. Let's not tell you where. My father took a flaming coal that was a happy day. He nearly burned the building up, but the hornets left to stay. When summer bloom began to fade and winter took carouse, we banked a little building with a heap of hemlock boughs. But when the crest is on the snow and sullen skies were gray, inside the building was no place where one would wish to play. We did our duties promptly. There one purpose swayed the mind. We tarried not, nor lingered long of what we left behind. The torture of that icy seat would make a Spartan sour. He needed, for needs must scrape the flesh with a lacerating cob, that from a frost-encrusted nail suspended from a string. My father was a frugal man and wasted not a thing. No kidding. When Grandpa had to go out back and make his morning call, we'd bundle up the dear old man with a muffler and a shawl. I knew the hole in which he sat was padded all around. And once I tried to sit there, it was all too wide, I found. My lawns were all too little, and I jackknifed there to stay. They had to come and get me out, or I'd have passed away.
Oh.
My father said ambitious was a thing that boys should shun, and I just used the children's hole till childhood days were won. Sing that in the song? We listen at this last verse of this poem. It's such a good poem, Passing of the Back House. Now you remember that, and look it up. You look it up on nowadays. You have a computer and you look it up on the internet. It's there. The last verse of the poem says, "And still I marvel at the craft that cut those holes so true, and the baby hole and the slender hole that fitted Sister Sue. That dear old country landmark I trampled around a bit, and in the lap of luxury my lot has been to sit. But ere I die, I'll eat the fruit of the trees I robbed of yore, then seek the shanty where my name is carved upon the door. I ween the old familiar smell will soothe my jaded soul. I'm now a man, but nonetheless, I'll try the children's hole." I did not sing that last song for you. Yeah, you like to drink, don't you? Oh, yes. Well, it's going to be one of those called Pepsi Cola hits the spot, 12 full ounces, that's a lot. Twice as much for a nickel too. Pepsi Cola is a drink for you.